Welcome to webinar 71, Support Your Local Microbiome. This is Total Transformation Secrets. I'm Dr. Lisa Singletary. I'll introduce myself a little bit better later, but hopefully you can see and hear everything okay. Tony, can you give me a nod, a thumbs up? He gave me everything. You give me everything. Thank you, Tony. So here we go. So this is a little concept I think of uh, Microbe City. So we've got microbes all over our bodies. We know we talk about the gut microbiome, but we've got other microbiomes as well. So we're going to talk about how they impact our health. So a lot of you, and I'm really honored that I can say this, but there are many of you on this call right now live and on the recording that have been with me for a while. And you get back to me and you tell me, oh, you said to um, eat protein and produce, and I did, and or I cut gluten out, or I did this, or I'm getting my exercise snacks in, and you're doing all the right things, right? And still, some of you might have some persistent issues. Now, some of you, now those of you who are doing everything I say, I think are experiencing even better results, but we can always tweak, we can always do better. But some of you, uh, maybe you do part of the recommendations, but not all. But you're working hard for your health journey, and you still have some periods of fatigue or inflammation or brain fog or stubborn weight issues that you can feel at different parts of your body. And these might not be for different individual problems. They could be for alarms or for messages from the same internal city. And that city is Microbe City. And you are the mayor of Microbe City. So, um, and who's in the city? Well, you've got your own body, right? That's part of the city. But you have all of these little tiny tenants, your microbiome. And those tiny, tiny tenants have a big impact. And when I say tenants, you have trillions of bacteria, fungi, viruses inside your body that really affect your digestion, your immunity, your metabolism, your mood. And we're going to take a look today at the zoning laws of the city and how you, the mayor, can make some changes in Microbe City. So we're going to look at downtown, which is your digestive hub. We're going to look at the command center, which is your brain and the link between the two. And we're going to look at the suburbs. What are some other microbiomes and then how can we affect them? So we're going to talk about the zoning and the infrastructure. We're going to take a look at the diet and the latest science. We're going to talk about border security. And where's your main border? Well, you have borders all over the place. Your skin is a border, but also your gut lining is a border. So we're going to talk about a little bit about leaky gut and inflammation. The transit system is your gut-brain axis, the messages that go from your brain to your gut, and what we are finding more and more and more from your gut to your brain. And then the suburbs, the microbiomes beyond the gut. And we're going to give you a simple action step that you can implement this week as the mayor to start transforming your city. So this is one of the articles I'm going to share, or that I drew this information from, how your gut microbiome affects your health. And this article is in healthline.com, and you can just scan the QR code, or the hopefully you can see the link there, healthline.com/nutrition/gut microbiome and health, but put the hyphens in there. And it tells you the bacteria and other microbes that live in your gut are known as your gut microbiome. And again, we're going to see you have other microbiomes than just your gut microbiome, but the gut microbiome is huge, okay? They help you digest food, and they may support immune, heart, and brain health. However, when your gut microbiome is disrupted, then it can wreak havoc all over your body. And I can't tell you, when I heard these numbers, uh, it really astounded me. And then, because we used to be taught that the gut microbiome was just bacteria hanging out from, you know, the food that you ate, and you were just, it was just passing through and just getting ready to be eliminated. And, you had uh, a cycle of, okay, you eat, you poop, you eat, you poop. But we didn't really think about, or we didn't know about, all of the impact that those bacteria had, or bacteria, viruses, all of the components had inside the gut, and the effect on the rest of our bodies. So the one thing we want to realize is that what's inside the gut, which is a tube that goes from your mouth to your anus, your butt, um, technically, everything that's inside that tube is not in your body, right? It's inside your body, but it's not part of your body in a way. And that's because it's a tube that things just pass through. But once they cross the lining of the gut, then they're inside your body. So if you just look at your body cells, you have trillions of cells in your brain that make up your heart, that make up your muscles, right? But if you look, and so those are your human cells. If you look just in the gut lining, or within the gut lumen, within the gut tube, there are also trillions of little biological entities, cells, um, like I said, bacteria, viruses, parasites, um, uh, fungi, just massive numbers, also in the trillions that are affecting you. And so we have to think, okay, we want to feed our body, but we also want to take care of our microbiome. And we are learning more and more how much they work together. Let me read this. This is good. So we evolved with these microbes over millions of years. Without them, human survival is impossible. And without us, they have no host. So it is a two-way street. All right. Oh, hi. I'm Dr. Lisa Singletary. I'll tell you a little bit about myself. I'm a board certified family physician, now retired, and I am privileged to be a certified holistic health coach. I am known as the 100-pound weight loss specialist because on my health journey, which I'll show you a little bit later, I was able to lose over 150 pounds. And I realized that there was a framework that helped me lose that weight. That was where the 5 M's of total transformation: mindset, macronutrients, micronutrients, motion, and measurement. And I often think of the sixth M should be the microbiome. All right. So, uh, oh, we don't talk about miracles in healthcare, in wellness, in health and wellness. And, but I have to admit that there was a time in my life when I needed a miracle. And uh, I knew that there was no prescription I could write to get me out of the predicament I was in. But this slide is also reminding me to give a disclaimer. So, um, Dr. Lisa Singletary, I am a physician, but this is not a medical consultation. This is not a second opinion. This is not something that your insurance will cover. But I am pleased and happy and honored to give you my experience, my expertise, my my the experiences of my patients and clients, and hopefully give you some empowerment on your road to optimal health. Okay. Oh, there's another article we talked about. I mean, that I looked at, and it gave us just another way of saying how much the microbiome affects your body. So your long-term dietary choices create highly predictable microbial signatures. This is just letting us know that what you choose to put into your mouth affects your microbiome, and then your microbiome affects you. And we can have a positive impact on your microbiome based on or impacted by what we eat. So let's talk about the tale of two diets. The omnivore signature, which is high red meat, or the plant-based signature, which is high HPDI, or basically plant-based diet. The driver of the omnivore signature is animal-derived breakdown proteins. And again, we're saying high in red meat. The signature microbes, we've got, you know, there's certain microbes that we find in red meat that we don't find in plants, and vice versa. And the metabolic impact, the plant microbes, sorry, talking about the red meat ones, the red meat microbes generate TMAO, which you can look that up. It's something that tends to block arteries and tends to be negatively correlated with cardiometabolic health. So, um, but the key on this side is high red meat. So we need red meat, okay? We need protein and produce. We need both, but we want to have a balance. All right. On the plant side, the signature microbes, um, uh, we have from not only the plants, but also from dairy products that we might be part of, which is, okay, dairy's from the animals, but uh, dairy products are sometimes included in the plant-based diet, and the metabolic impact is more favorable for health markers. So it's not just eliminate meat. Please don't hear me say that. Uh, I have a lot of health benefits from the keto diet temporarily, and a low carb diet I highly recommend. But like I said, balance. Okay, so um, but what but when we talked about especially eating the rainbow, drinking the rainbow, having the plants and having a variety of plants, super juices, superfoods, um, and the plant-based fibers is really good for our microbiome. So, secret number one, we're going to talk about some secrets today. Zoning and infrastructure. We want to feed the good guys. So, when we eat, and this is one reason that a plant-based diet is so good because it has fiber. Now, we were taught that we can't, and this is true, as humans, we do not have the enzymes to break down the plant fibers. And so the fibers were just bulking up our stools or sweeping out, which are good things, right? Sweeping our colons and, doing good things. But we didn't know that these fibers feed the microbiome. And so the good microbiome ferment those fibers. Depending on what they are, they might give us some gas, but they also produce something called short chain fatty acids. And the short chain fatty acids have amazing health benefits. So, um, the building blocks that your city uses to repair your gut wall, your gut lining, are these short chain fatty acids. And they, again, when your gut's in balance, when your gut's healed, uh, when your gut's not inflamed, and it keeps the right things in and it keeps the right things out of the bloodstream, then your whole body's going to benefit. So, simple win number one, diversity, right? Focus on the healthy plant-based diet index, meaning your the ratio of plants to or produce to protein. And just make sure you're getting a diverse, fiber rich, color rich spectrum of produce to add to your protein. Um, Aim for 30 different plant types per week. I don't think I have taken advantage of that number of different plant types, but I could see how, um, like, upping my salad. I love salads. I just don't make them that much, but that would be my strategy for between the salads and what I could throw in the pressure cooker. Um, I think I could get to 30. But and it'll be fun to try, right? And what does that do? It helps to feed the good bacteria and it helps to keep in check the bad bacteria. So, again, we're not saying go 100% vegan overnight, although, you know, the vegan lifestyle can be very healthy. Vegans have other challenges. They have to get enough healthy protein and they have to get all of the essential amino acids. And that is a challenge for them. So, as mayors of Microbe City, whatever you choose, we want to do it wisely. Secret number two, border security. This is so important, right? Because we need a healthy wall. Because the lining of our gut, the real microvilli lining is only one cell thick. It's very, very thin. And so it's easy to breach the walls. It's easy for um, things that are inside the lumen, bacteria, food fragments that haven't digested yet, um, just all kinds of things to get down into the crypts of the villi and or between the villi and then wear away the wall and the things that are supposed to stay in the gut lumen now can get past the wall into the bloodstream. And that causes what pharmacist Ben Fuchs talks about all the time, dirty blood. And the immune system then is triggered because the immune system is part of is always on alert. And some of them are floating around in your bloodstream looking for invaders. And they see these invaders breaching the gut wall. They start immune inflammation, which is part of your immune response. And that can trigger all kinds of issues that we normally, or we traditionally, when I say we, physicians, we're taught are autoimmune diseases, your body fighting itself, when it's really not your body fighting itself, it's your body fighting all of these things that are getting across the wall that aren't supposed to be getting into your bloodstream. And that sets up a whole vicious cycle of immune response and inflammation. So what can we do? We want to, I'm going to start on the right. This is such an underutilized tool, which is a food diary. Just from this says 8 to 12 hours after eating, even a shorter period of time, you might start feeling some of the results of the previous meal that you ate. So just do a little check after you, or number one, keep track of what you eat, and then after you eat, keep track of any symptoms that you might have. If you're having headaches, if you're having fatigue or brain fog, really think back, okay, how long has it been since I had that last meal and what was it? It's a little bit of investigative work, but it will tell you so much about yourself. And then strategic fasting, a 24 to 48 hour water fast, or my favorite, bone broth fast. And not only bone broth, but some of our uh, okay, some of our amazing super beverages, super juices, fast with, but drinking the super juices for 24 to 48 hours. Amazing, amazing benefits for your body, for your gut, to start to heal, to start your body going into autophagy. You might have heard that in the news. That is programmed cell death, but that is also the the cleanup practice of your body. Your body, the city, Microbe City, has a waste management crew, but a fast lets them have the uh, the runway, the clearance to actually clean up the waste. All right. Secret number 3, the transit system, the gut-brain axis. So your brain is the command center. Your gut is the center of Microbe City. Like I said, it's not the only part of Microbe City, but it's the city center. And there is two-way communication between your gut and your brain, from the nerve connections, vagus nerve, to the hormones, the neurotransmitters. We're just learning more and more about how the gut affects the brain and then every other part of the body. And when things are out of order in the gut, we call that dysbiosis. And when that strikes, then we can get, like I said, that inflammation set up, the breaching of the walls, um, secret toxic gases getting into your bloodstream. The whole highway becomes bumpy. Uh, like, we need to take care of the transit system, the gut-brain axis. So what are some simple wins? Number one, reseed the population. We want to put the right bacteria back, or we want to support the right bacteria, the right microbiome. And also we want to help to, let me see. Okay, sorry. We also have the ability with enzymes to help the body with the breakdown of the products that are lingering that trigger some of this inflammation. So, utilizing enzymes with meals or right before meals, that helps to provide um, the missing ingredients that help your body break down what you're eating in a healthy fashion. So you can get the nutrition and then let pass the waste products that aren't supposed to get into your body. All right, bonus secret. All right, so we've talked about downtown being your gut microbiome. But guess what? You have a microbiome in your mouth. You have a microbiome in your lungs, your skin. It's a huge microbiome. Your reproductive organs microbiome. Your eyelashes have a microbiome. Your um, just, I mean, you might call your eyelashes part of your skin, right? But my point is, your entire body has this relationship with the bacteria and viruses and fungi that are colonized there, that live there. They're inhabitants of Microbe City. And again, you are the mayor. So, oh, okay. So I've already talked about this second article, but your dietary choices, because you are the mayor, we can predict exactly how much impact that will have on the good bacteria versus the unhelpful uh, microbes. And so, how do we know how to feed them? Well, as it so happens, feeding ourselves correctly also balances out our microbiome. So, we want to focus on the 5 steps to nutritional completeness. Step number 1, avoid the bad foods and eat the good foods. So, we want to avoid foods that cause inflammation, processed foods, seed oils, you know the drill. Gluten, right? Ding, 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 ding. But we also want to include the amazing variety of good foods, the produce and the proteins. Step number 2, 90 essential nutrients. Uh, we need them every day. And I'll show you exactly what they are in a sec. Step number 3, I love step number 3, antioxidants, adaptogens, anti-inflammatories. That's where our phytonutrients, our superfoods, our super juices come in. I love step number 3. Step number 4, digestive health. I think we've seen how important it is to keep the lining of your gut, to keep the microbiome, and to keep your digestive health in balance. And then step number 5 is wellness wonderland. All the other things that people come up with that may or may not benefit our health, but that are, from technologies like red light therapy to taking advantage of what's right up in the sky, getting some sunlight, because that's the ultimate red light, or all the lights, right? Is mixed. All the light is mixed in sunlight. So these 5 steps, let's take a look at step 2, the 90 essential nutrients. Now, why do we call them essential? Well, what do you think about when you hear the word essential? You think, oh yeah, I need it. It's essential. This is true. But medically, there's another definition for essential. That means your body cannot make it. Now, what does that mean? Well, let's just say you were running low on uh, energy. You're running low on glucose in your bloodstream. Well, your body can take proteins and turn them into carbohydrates, right? Your body has enzymes, it has the ability to, so when someone is on a high protein diet, your body can take those proteins and turn them into uh, energy. that your body needs. But these essentials, your body cannot make them. It can't just transform them from something else. You have to take them in. And there are 60 essential minerals, 16 essential vitamins, 12 essential amino acids, and 2 to 3 essential fatty acids. And there's a whole talk about why it's 2 to 3. Just know you need them. So we are interconnected. Our human cells and our microbiome cells all over our body. So when you feed the gut engine the right fibers, you don't just fix your digestion. You fortify your skin. You lower your TMAO. You give your gut-brain axis the serotonin that affects your mood. You help to really, we don't say this much, but if you heal the ecosystem, you heal the entire city. We were talking about the city today. We could talk about the vehicle as well. So, what is your master plan? Remember, step one, zoning. We want to feed the soil. We want a diet that's rich in a variety of plants and a variety of colors and fibers that complement the protein. We want to clear the highways. Then that's where the probiotics and the enzymes come in to help to support, to help to um, balance the gut, the neurotransmitters, and to help to balance the nerve signals that go back and forth between the gut and the brain. Security, we want to seal the borders. We want to fix leaky gut. We want to stop toxins from getting through the gut lining and into the bloodstream where it causes all kinds of havoc. And then we want to also remember it's not just a gut microbiome. We've got microbiomes all over the body. And here's the key. You cannot out-supplement a bad diet. You've got to start with the basic first 4 steps, and that's going to help you to be a better mayor for Microbe City. So, the 7-day Microbe Mayor Challenge. Pick one simple win from today. Is it getting more diversity, more colors into your plant diet? Forensics, keeping that food diary, seeing, okay, I tend to have a slump at this particular time. What did I eat my previous meal? Just write down what are you eating, what's going into your mouth, and then and the time, right? And then what symptoms occur afterwards. Tracking energy, bloating, brain fog, any of those symptoms. And after that forensic analysis, let's make a change. What's one change we can make? So tell me, what secret hits home for you today? So your next step starts here. I want to invite you to join the new and amazing Elevate Your Health community, where we have the resources that are in that community are really astounding, and just take advantage of it, because you can get this information, you can find out uh, amazing recipes. Like, you want to increase the variety, well, you've got some real recipe whizzes in there. We've got amazing health coaches in there, and you can just take this step, join a community, have a source for this information until you make your decision for the next step. I also want to invite you, those of you who are here on the replay, to join us live on Total Transformation Secrets every Saturday at 11 Eastern. Scan the QR code for registration. And those of you who are here live with me, if you know, 9 o'clock tonight, we'll be back on YouTube for the premiere of this very episode. And also, at in my YouTube channel, when you look at the videos, you'll see last week's video. I didn't advertise the watch party, but it was good. So I encourage you to watch that. And finally, I have a request, and that is I am building up my Facebook page, Dr. Lisa Health. So I would love for you to go to facebook.com/Dr. Lisa Health or scan the QR code and like the page, follow me. I'm uh, really going to put a lot of the health and wellness um, information there. All right, so the red court, we shining light on the secrets. The red Corvette's getting ready to ride. Vroom vroom. I thank you all. I love you all. Mwah.